Hey guys, it looks like Nintendo just released a new Pokemon Direct. I believe that's what they're called. Not 100% sure. It sounds weird to me. I know they're called Nintendo Directs, but I think this one is like more specifically towards Pokemon and all that stuff. I'm not going to react to the whole Poke Direct or Pokemon Direct, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to be reacting to this video, which it looks like they just announced a new Pokemon video game. It looks like a new region. It looks like we're finally getting a new generation. And it looks like the title of the Pokemon games are called, though, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. And I don't know what I feel about that. I really don't, because we went from the color scheme and kind of like the gem scheme. But I mean, like when it was like Emerald, Sapphire, you can count that as colors as well. But then we went to X and Y, and then from there on, like, the titles for Pokemon have gotten so strange. So now we're down to Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't know what I feel about that. Now, I did see that the starter is from the thumbnail, and it looks like one of the starters is literally potentially going to be my favorite Pokemon. Like, that literally is going to be potentially my favorite Pokemon from now on. It looks like it. If it is what I think it is. I only saw like a little small little thumbnail. I didn't see the whole video or anything like that. I know that from what I've heard, it looks like the region revolves around the United Kingdom. It looks like. Not 100% sure. I guess I'll find out when I watch the video. So with that, I'm going to stop wasting you guys' time and let's check out this video. By the way, if you guys want to watch it, I will have the link in the description box below. Ooh. Oh yeah, by the way, it's also it looks like it's going to be only on the Nintendo Switch this time. Oh, I had a Fletchling. So this, yeah, it is near Kalos. Yeah, United Kingdom is near Kalos. Yo, look at the graphics. So this is your main home. It looks like it's overgrown. Oh, look at the cities. What is that? What is all that? Like those buildings, that's like a greenhouse. Okay, so there's the tall grass, and that's how you run into Pokemon. You just run into the grass and you eventually run into Pokemon. So it's not like the same as Pokemon Let's Go. It looks like it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to rewatch this video. Flygon, Lucario, Tyranitar, Munchlax. What was that? Okay, so it looks like you can customize your character. Yo, it looks like we're actually gonna have like a Coliseum. Okay, not actual game footage, obviously. Yeah, it does look like the United Kingdom. What is this? Oh, yo, I think this is the fire type starter. Yeah, Scorbunny. Is it gonna be a fire fighting type? It looks like. Yo, here it is! Yo, if it is what I think it is, I swear to God, it's literally my favorite Pokemon. Oh my God, it's so adorable. Oh my God! Oh my God, I love it! I fucking love it! Sobel? It's so freaking adorable. And what is this? I'm pretty sure this is the grass type starter. It looks like a monkey, so it literally is a Pansage. Goroki. So it's like mangrove, like grove, and then monkey in combination. And then there's Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Shield. And look at the logos, they both have wolves. Oh, yo, it's coming out this year. So probably November. That's when Pokemon usually release its video games. November, December, around there. Because of the holidays and all that stuff. That's when they love to release it for the kids. So the parents can buy it for the kids. So it looks like we have a release date of potentially November later this year. There was quite a bit in this trailer. Like, it didn't show a lot of like the gameplay. It just showed like some visuals, and it didn't explain anything for you, which is weird because Pokemon usually likes to break down everything for you. But this time they let you, like, experience it yourself without, like, interrupting and explaining everything for you. So I find that interesting that Pokemon did it this time. So it looks like this is Route 1, which I will have the images somewhere around here if I potentially can. Or if I remember to put it in while I'm editing, too. So it looks like this is potentially Route 1 in the beginning of the video. and then that's your main town. It looks like when it's moving forward, it's moving towards the starting town, or the starting village, whatever they want to call it. I'm guessing it's a town, and it does have a lot of United Kingdom themes. I can see it, like the windmill, the way the houses are made, the farmlands. You know, it looks really nice, and it looks like, I don't know what this building is. The green building. I saw that the trainer does enter it. It could be like that is the first gym, and potentially if that is the first gym, so that means our first gym, which the logo looks like it's a grass type. So potentially our first gym is going to be a grass type gym, which kind of scares me because I'm definitely gonna pick the freaking water type, like no doubt about it. Because I love, like, my favorite animal is actually salamanders. I love salamanders, newts, and all of them. I find it fascinating that they can. There's something so simple, but like the way that they have metamorphosis and all that stuff. Like they change from like a tadpole, just breathing through their gills, and then they later on develop lungs and all that stuff. I always found that interesting how they could do that throughout their life cycle. I love amphibians. I find amphibians so fascinating. So, and throughout Pokemon, I was always wondering, when are we finally going to get a salamander Pokemon? I mean, yeah, we have Wooper and Quagsire. Yeah, and then there's Mudkip, but Mudkip isn't really an amphibian, or a salamander is what I'm trying to say. It is kind of amphibious, but it's not an amphibian. Mudkip is like based off of mud skippers, which they're actually a species of fish. We never got a salamander other than Wooper and Quagsmire, which they're actually based off of axolotls, or I can never say that word right, but it's a species of aquatic salamanders. I'm more towards salamanders that are more amphibious, like newts and stuff like that as well, which they like to stay more inland than closer to the water. So I was wondering, when are we finally gonna get one? Because like I was like, you know what, that would make a really awesome starter Pokemon. And I always thought that potentially if we ever get a salamander as a starter Pokemon, which we finally did, we finally freaking did it. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be potentially, if I was gonna pick a dual typing, I would pick poison and water, because there are species of salamanders that can emit some toxins out of their skin, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, don't quote me on that, but I believe some of them do produce toxins out of their skin as a defense mechanism. So that would be interesting if we have this water type starter, and as it evolves, we can see that it starts developing the poison typing as well through that. I would love if they do that, which I've seen a lot of Devon arts of potential future, salamander based water type starters. And a lot of them were water poison whenever they would make some of them like that. Anyways, so if I pick the water type starter, it looks like I might struggle if the first gym is a grass type, especially since it's hard to get things that counter grass types that early. I mean, there's always the bug type, but I don't know if we get the bug type before this. Every region has a bug type, but sometimes the region gets the bug type Pokemon later on in the region. Because this looks like it's like right next to the starter village. If anything, this might be even the starting village. So I don't know. And then there's always the flying type too, but I mean, like, it still might be a little bit difficult if you pick the water type starter. Anyways, let's continue. It looks like this is your main home, and it's like overgrown with so many vines and vegetation. I love it. I love it. It's like a little cottage too. And like the gate, the stone wall, or the stone fence, or whatever you want to call it, around the house is really nice too. So it looks like you get ready, you have a massive book bag. Like that book bag is, yes, that is the most realistic book bag I've ever seen in Pokemon, because that shit is huge. Yeah, that honestly makes sense, because you could probably fit like a whole like tent in there and all that stuff. So yeah, he's ready to go, and she's ready to go too. So this is like you probably stepping off, starting your adventure, and the graphics look amazing. They really do, and it's for the Nintendo Switch, so obviously they are. So, it looked like right after that we briefly see some of the areas that we potentially could be. So this is like a lake area right next to like a little battle stadium right there in front of like this mansion. And then behind the mansion, there's like a greenhouse, and I think that visually it looks beautiful. Like the lake, the way the lake looks, it looks amazing. And then the forest, which I don't know if this is potentially actually like the graphics of the game, but the forest looks so nice, especially with all the fog and everything and all the foliage. It looks beautiful. And then this is obviously probably London, which is probably the main town. And then now we're going back to like where I think this is the gym, especially since we see the logo like right there, like where it's the red and blue logo. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. I think that symbolizes that this is the gym. It looks like we're gonna have a grass type gym as the beginning. Now this looks like it is London potentially. I'm not 100% sure, but this looks like it is. It looks nice. It reminds me a lot of Unova. I forget what the city's called. And then here is like a snowy mountainous region, which I'm guessing that's more towards the north. It looks like you might start not like in the south or the north of the map. It looks like you might start more towards the middle. If I'm thinking geologically in the UK, you might be, because of the way that the landscape looks and all that stuff, you might be towards the west side of the map, and that's where you're probably going to start in the region. And then you might make your way up to London, and then London will probably work the same way that the one city, I forget the name, I'll have the name here if I remember about it, in Unova, where it leads off to different regions. Or Unova has it, and Kalos has it. Kalos has it, what is it called? Celadon City? No, is it not Celadon City? I forget. It's the main town. It's like Paris, practically. Where there's like different little areas that you can exit to, like to the north, to the south, to the west, to the east. And I think that might be what they might do in this game. Which would be weird, because it would be kind of like the third time they kind of do a major city like that. But I mean, I wouldn't mind. And then this is where the lake is, and the lake looks so beautiful, and like the way the water ripples, and then the mansion with like the little farm and the greenhouse, it looks so nice. It looks like encounters are regular encounters. You walk in the tall grass, and it looks like she was crouching when she was walking in tall grass. Like, is that something that you intentionally do to encounter Pokemon, or to sneak around? Excuse me. I don't know. Maybe it's something that you just do. Once you hit the grass, you start crouching. Maybe something like that. Or, I don't know. I wonder, why is she crouching? Because it looks like she is crouching. She's walking slowly. Yeah, she is crouching, because that's not the normal way of walking. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. At least they're not the same way of encountering Pokemon as in Let's Go. For instance, you just have random wild encounters. Now, the way you catch them, yep, it's battling. So we're back to the original way of playing Pokemon. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. But, I don't know. They might incorporate the whole throwing thing when you throw the Pokeball. But it looks like they're not, so far from what I've seen. So trainer battles, still a thing, obviously. Beautiful. The way the moves look, oh, that's so beautiful. I don't know what move that was. I'm guessing that was like Force Palm or something like that, but they look beautiful. Or even close combat. And it looks like you get a lot of Pokemon from like a lot of different regions. Like there's Pikachu, Munchino, Wishiwashi, ooh. And then here, there's all the different areas. Like there's the one with the lake, the forest. It looks like some field, which I'm guessing that's towards the south of the map potentially. I think that like hayfield and all that stuff. Then there's the bridge. A desert area. It looks like some wasteland area as well. And then there's Flygon, Wilmore, Lucario, Tyranitar. I'm sorry I said Tyrantum earlier. I really messed up there. And it looks like they're fighting in like a stadium arena. This could be where the Elite Four is. The way the Elite Four works, maybe potentially in this game, could be the way that it works in the anime. Which I would love that. Because the way that the Elite Four, or at least it's not called the Elite Four, it would be called the Pokemon League. The way that the Pokemon League works in the anime is that it's like a tournament. where a whole bunch of fighters start, and then like the fighters fight each other, and then as they move progressively, as they win more fights, they progress towards like the semifinals, and then there's the finals, and then there's obviously the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and then the finals. And then in the finals, the two best fighters that won every single fight up until that point, they collide, and then they fight against each other, and the one who wins the Pokemon League and enters the Hall of Fame. So it looks like potentially we could be having that in this region, which could be a nice change. I mean, I would miss the Elite Four. The Elite Four is amazing. This would be the first game ever to not include the Elite Four. But then again, if you think about it, Alola didn't have gym leaders. So maybe we won't have Elite Four in this game. I mean, Alola did have Elite Four. But in this game, we potentially could not have an Elite Four. But maybe we do have an Elite Four, it's just we won't have to battle them in the Pokemon League. And then it looks like there's a little minefield. Now there's this. This looks like there's some crop circles. And then there's miniature Pokemon. And then there's this big giant Pokemon. And then it looks like that's the sun. I don't know if these are maybe Ultra Beast, potentially. Or the little mini Pokemon, they remind me of Unknowns and what's that new Pokemon called? The new Pokemon that got introduced in Pokemon Let's Go. I forget what it's called. What was it called? I don't remember now. Yo, it's gonna bother me. No. It actually got introduced into Gen 1. As a Gen 1 Pokemon. What was it called? I forgot what it was called. Let me look up. Let's Go new Pokemon, just to be brief. Pokemon. And it should show it. Meltan. That's what it was called. Meltan. Because the little miniature ones look like when Meltan is pre-evolved. And then when Meltan evolves into... I forget what the evolution's called now, too. When Meltan evolves into Melmetal, yeah, that's what I thought. Melmetal, it becomes this giant form. So, I don't know. This looks like it's maybe something similar to that aspect because we see all the little tiny little crop circles that represent a smaller Pokemon, and then there's the bigger Pokemon. Or they could be just two separate species of Pokemon. I don't know. But I love that, and it looks so nice. I wonder what's the lore, what's the story. There's the mine, the snowy field, or the snowy city, which I'm guessing that's more towards the north. Greenhouse, the mansion. It looks like there is somewhat of character customization, I think. No, they're all wearing the same outfit, but there potentially probably is. We'll find that out. And then look, it shows the main character, you, entering something similar to the Pokemon League. And you have like a whole like suit and everything. So I don't know what this is. I really don't. And it got me really excited. I won't deny it. Now it goes into like the little section where it shows like the new starters, which was a little corny. Obviously the starter Pokemon aren't that strong. It looks like, I don't know how to pronounce their name though. Score Buddy, which is probably I feel like it's gonna be another firefighting type. I honestly, like the way it's looking, it's gonna be another firefighting type. It has a little patch on his nose. It has the kicks on his legs, you know. It kicks hard, like a fighting type. I don't know. But I also find it funny because like the whole, the whole thing with the fire type Pokemon is that they're all based off the Chinese zodiacs, which we've gotten Dragon, which was our first one. The second one, which was probably a rat. You can count that as a rat. Cyndaquil. Third one was the rooster, Blaziken. The fourth one... What's the fourth one? Pokemon. Oh, monkey. Fifth one, the pig. The year of the pig. Sixth one... What was the sixth one? What was the sixth starter? Fennekin, fox. What is the fox? Is the fox in the Chinese zodiac? I think it's represented under something else. Let me look up the Chinese zodiac. Chinese zodiac. The fox, I know the fox isn't in this Chinese zodiac, but I think it's supposed to be like something else. Like maybe the cat, I think. Is the cat? No, I was gonna say the tiger, but the tiger would be definitely Incineroar as a fighting type. Okay, so there is, which now we have the rabbit, which is monkey, rooster, rabbit, tiger, pig, rat, dragon. So all that's missing is snake, horse, goat, dog, and we got tiger with Incineroar. So ox, snake, horse, and dog, and goat would be the remaining ones after this generation. But I think dog would be Fennekin. I guess they probably represented the dog with the Chinese zodiac. See, Fennekin is the only one that kind of messes up that whole theory that they're all revolved around the Chinese zodiac. But then we have a rabbit again now. So now it's following, and then the Incineroar is a tiger. So it's still following loosely the Chinese zodiac. So potentially in the next following region, we still could have a goat, a horse, a snake, and that's it. If it continues the Chinese zodiac, which a lot of people say no, it's not really Chinese zodiac, but it's hard not to like think it. Like honestly, like if you look at it, like every single fire type starter kind of fits in with the Chinese zodiac, and we finally got the rabbit, which honestly I don't like it. I'm sorry for those of you who like it. I really don't like it. It looks like a Bugsby, which don't get me wrong, I love Bugsby. It looks like a Bugsby became a fire type. Essentially, that's all it looks like. I don't know what the falling forms look like. This is just my first impression with the first form. I don't know what the second form looks like. I don't know what the third form looks like. You know, maybe eventually it turns into this badass fucking rabbit. And maybe I'll fall in love with it, but I don't know. I don't know. Definitely love the water type starter. That definitely 100%. It is literally my favorite Pokemon right now. It's freaking adorable. It has the clear, it looks like it has a clear tail when it comes out of the water. The way it shoots out little water, and then like the little flap on its head is just so adorable. It literally is the most adorable thing. And we finally have a salamander starter Pokemon, and I just love it. I love it. I always go for more like the grass type starters and the water type starters. I almost never go for the fire type starters. The only fire type starter that I really liked would be obviously Charizard. I like Blaziken, but not that much. Blaziken for me does not compete with Mudkip. It just does not compete with Swampert, in my opinion. You have your own opinion. You might love Blaziken. You know, Blaziken, all power to you. You know, at speed boost. You know, competitively, it works. Blaziken is a monster. Don't get me wrong. I respect the Pokemon. It's just not my favorite. Definitely Emboar is horrible. I am sorry for those Emboar fans out there, but Emboar is horrible. It's atrocious. Anyways, I love this Pokemon. It's so freaking adorable. And then I don't know. The grass type starter is trash too. It literally is a Pansage. I mean, obviously, its final form. We haven't seen its final form, but it looks like a Pansage. It is called Grookey. It's not that creative. We already have a grass type monkey Pokemon. Like, come on. Anyways, I guess that's all the trailer has in store. I mean, then we have the logos, where it has like a wolf on the logo, but I'm guessing that's just the design they chose because the region revolves around the UK and maybe like the kingdoms in the UK. Maybe we'll go back into like, you know, the castles and all the stuff that exists around the UK, and that might be the lore behind the story. Maybe the legendary Pokemon will be something that the old kingdoms used to fight each other or something like that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the new title, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield? Like really? Like, why would you choose Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield as the... I mean, I guess it makes sense. Because it revolves around Britain. The Great Britain. And the ancient kingdoms, probably. So it makes sense, but I'm like, it's just... You go from the color schemes, and then all of a sudden it goes X and Y, and then all of a sudden it goes Sun and Moon, and then now it's Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I'm just like, What has Pokemon done? Anyways, also let me know what your favorite starter Pokemon is. What are you guys' thoughts on the starter Pokemon? So far, those are the only Pokemon that we've seen out of this region. We'll probably get introduced every month. They'll probably release more and more Pokemon. And so, I don't know. I don't know what I feel about this region, especially since we're using a lot of the Pokemon from previous regions that we saw in the gameplay. I don't think they're going to add that many new Pokemon. I think they're just going to use old Pokemon and put it into this region. And then they're just going to add like little amounts of new Pokemon. Maybe we'll get new Mega Forms, I don't know. Maybe we'll get like some new forms of this region, like the Alolan forms. Maybe we'll get some new regions. Oh, it says here that the region is called Galar? Galar? I love that. Galar. The Galar region. Alright. So it looks like maybe we'll get some Galar region variant Pokemon, potentially? I don't know. I doubt it. I really do doubt it. I think Alolan Pokemon is like something that will only stay in Sun and Moon. I don't think we'll have any other variants of any Pokemon. Especially since we've seen Pokemon from other regions that don't have any variants. But I don't know what the future holds for this game. So far I'm excited. I love the water type starter. I really do. Just, you know, let me know what your thoughts are, your theories, what do you think about the mysterious crop circles as well. And I guess I will end the video with that. If you guys like my video, please leave a like, also subscribe, check out my channel, the description box below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!